Hello and welcome to the first video in a new series. Still kind of working on the title because the title that I think kind of works is also really long. Basically I'm going for IGN gave this a 7, but is it really though? And it might get shortened eventually. To do a little bit of housekeeping, never used to do review scores at any point on my channel whenever I did reviews, and I'm still not going to. I'm going to explain what this system is going to be. Basically, I will essentially rate a video. Hilariously, 7's actually going to be the only time I ever give a score on this channel, I've realised, but I'm essentially going to rate this video either IGN were right, so giving it a 7, what the hell were IGN thinking, it's way better than a 7, or what the hell were IGN thinking, this is way worse than a 7. Like, I'll do something slightly different. Unfortunately, I had something better before I had to re-record this video because of getting locked in the gallery for some reason. When in the tutorial section, it literally wouldn't let me leave the gallery, so I had to restart the entire game again for whatever weirdness. But I do have a bit of a history with Luigi's Mansion, and I'm going to start though by explaining these will be different games for different videos, but part of why I'm doing this series is, obviously there's the whole meme that IGN just gives everything a 7, but for some reason people love to ignore the fact that it's usually different reviewers with different tastes, and especially at different times when games came out. So for that example, I'm going to say, when I was looking through this, looking at games that I actually own that I could potentially do this video of, because obviously I kind of need to do games I already own, I was looking through, and there's going to be a lot that I actually agree with their 7, then there's a lot that I disagree, but there's one specific genre I noticed. Streets of Rage 4, I bit my own tongue there, Streets of Rage 4 was reviewed by a different person that reviewed the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection, and then the same person who did Absalom also reviewed Marvel Cosmic Invasion. So 3 reviewers, 4 games. So 1 person for Turtles, 1 person for Streets of Rage, 1 person for both Absalom and Marvel Cosmic Invasion. And I bring this up because all of those got 7s, and it's absolute madness to me that you can give Absalom and Marvel Cosmic Invasion the same score. It's one of those things that the only way I can kind of see it is kind of in a food way. If someone gave you a piece of buttered bread to eat, and then someone else gave you a piece of buttered toast to eat, and you were like, you know what, these are the exact same thing. I truly do not understand it. I don't get how IGN, how the same person can actually say, you know what, Absalom and Marvel Cosmic Invasion are exactly the same. It's maddening. Anyway, this though, all of the episode 1 stuff out the way essentially. Obviously this video is about Luigi's Mansion, which I have a history of, and it may not look like I've played it before I've speedrun the crap out of this. It's just one of those things that I'm distracted, and also it's been so long since I actually played the original GameCube version. I usually play either emulated versions, let's be real, or play the 3DS version when it came out. But Luigi's Mansion was one of the games, one of the first 7s that IGN gave that really made me sit up and take notice. I got the GameCube and Luigi's Mansion for my 13th birthday, and I was really hyped for it leading up to it, and I do need to actually do a different video on the other series because there's some trauma dumping that needs to happen at some point, but for now this is just going to be about the review. So I was really looking forward to it, and then because of when the GameCube came out and when I was actually getting it, the difference between the release date and my birthday, I was pretty much reading every review I could, and obviously IGN gave Luigi's Mansion something I was really looking forward to, a 7. And it's only one person's opinion, but mainly what they were saying was that the game was ridiculously short. Now, I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, and ever since this got announced, it was a case of, this is kind of like a kidsy Nintendo version of Resident Evil, and Resident Evil obviously isn't exactly the longest game in the world, and it's more known for about the fact that you have to replay it to get the best times, to unlock stuff, and I used to speedrun all of them, and especially when the DS version came out, so obviously that's like long after this, long after Luigi's Mansion. But the DS version of Resident Evil came out, I would speedrun the ever-living crap out of that, getting under 90-minute speedrun times, and knowing exactly when to run into what room, holding what items, and what enemies I did actually have to fight and what ones I didn't, and how I could map out the entire first floor without ever, first part of the mansion without ever saving, holding a weapon, and just holding all 4 crests at the same time. It was always about that. So when they were complaining specifically about this game being short, it's like, okay, that's a genuine worry. I think my first playthrough took me something like 10 hours to 12 hours, and obviously you then have to play the game again and get all of the gold and get all of the booze to get all of the best ranking. I replayed it again and again and again, and by the time I was done, I was like, what the hell are IGN thinking? So yeah, that's kind of the rating, is what the hell are IGN thinking? How the hell is this a 7? And what makes it even worse is, I do love the hell out of this game, and I've played it so many times. I've never beat any of the others. Now, part of that is because Dark Moon, the sequel, I kind of hate, and I know why they made it that way. It was a handheld game, so they had to make it so a mission-based thing, but I hate that you had to go into a mission, and it felt like Mario 64. And I know what some people are thinking, well, that's a great game. I despise Mario 64, and I have done ever since it came out, because I hate replaying the same crap over and over and over and over and over again to get all of the stars. And that's basically how I feel with Dark Moon, and with Resident Evil Revelations as well, and all of the games where they had these handheld limitations, where you had to do the full mansion, but then you have to play only 2 or 3 rooms and solve 1 puzzle, and then you get thrown back in. I need to eventually just try Luigi's Mansion 3, because I've heard so many fantastic things about it, but my broken brain is insisting on finishing Dark Moon, and even with the Switch version that came out, I still am really struggling to get through it. Look, I bring all of this up because IGN give that a 9.3. It's not a good game, and they give that a 9.3, but they give this a 7. This is genuinely one of the best Nintendo games I think ever made. It's, from start to finish, very well paced. It's got brilliant puzzles, it's fun, it's quirky, it's got cool unique boss battles. Figuring out how to actually capture all of the unique different ghosts and actually capturing them all is absolutely brilliant. It's got some cool powers, from the ability to spit fire or ice out of your vacuum cleaner, essentially. Like, it's so inventive and ingenious, and it's one of those games that I truly feel that if it came out now, would have got a 9 from them, would have got higher than a 7. Except for the fact that, again, when they reviewed it again on the 3DS, they finally had the time to actually fix the score, to go, you know what? Especially after we give Dark Moon a 9.3, maybe we should revisit. No, they give that a 7 as well. I really do not understand. I mean, everyone's different, everyone has their own opinions, but in what world is this game a 7? I don't see how you could rate it lower than a 7. Because there's not exactly any major bugs or glitches or anything, and I definitely don't see how you could rate it as something middle of the road as 7. Like, who's playing Luigi's Mansion and finishing it for the first time and going, you know what, that was a perfectly adequate average game that I will never remember anything about ever again? Almost everyone I've ever spoke to about this game remembers at least something, remembers one of the ghosts, one of the boos, it's something that's got unique moments and memorable moments all the way through it. And yeah, I genuinely, I cannot rate this anything other than what the hell were IGN thinking? This is so much better than a 7. This entire series, no matter how many videos it ends up being, which I am going to get to a part where I need your input, but no matter how many episodes it ends up being, because I might eventually get sick of it, I might realise that I'm being bored doing this, or I just don't have enough games that they actually reviewed a 7 that warrant doing this. This had to kind of be the one to start with. I was contemplating Starfield, but I'll get to that later. I just realised what I was about to say might actually ruin the entire reason for ever watching it, and the whole point is I am making these to be watched, so I guess there's no point in spoiling that. But ultimately, when I was looking through, it suddenly hit me that no, this is the game I need to actually do first. This is the... Because yeah, how can you give this a 7? The music's brilliant, the graphics for the time, like, this was obviously the launch GameCube game. This was the first one. I still think this looks really good now, what I'm looking at now. I mean, granted, the horrendous things on the left and the right of the screen that Nintendo refused to let you turn off. The vignettes, I think they're called. Like, just let us have black bars, because this is awful. If you're not going to give us 16:9, just let us have black bars. But graphically it was great, musically it was great, story-wise it was actually fun. I've always preferred Luigi over Mario. Luigi is brilliant, he gets things done despite being scared. It's the true definition of brave, doing it even though you're scared. Mario is a bully. It's been shown so many times, from his bullying of Gear Bowser to his bullying of Luigi in the Mario RPGs to all of the shots where he was just a douche in Mario Party or Mario Kart. I genuinely cannot stand Mario as a character. I've always loved Luigi, and I truly do love his debut game. Like that, I think he had other games where he was in, like Mario's Missing and all that, but this really is, when you think of Luigi, this is his first real game. And yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. It's available on the Switch 2 online store thing. That's what I'm playing on right now, using an actual GameCube controller, which I don't really like. I'm not saying I don't like GameCube controllers. I love GameCube controllers. I can't speak. I love GameCube controllers, but I don't like the fake repros that Nintendo were doing. Someone described it perfectly to me. They said the molds are the same, but the plastic's clearly different, and it's, yeah, like, these do not feel, as much as they technically do feel like GameCube controllers, they don't feel like GameCube controllers, and it's absolutely maddening to me. But it's something that I strongly recommend playing if you've got access to it. It's not stupidly difficult, stupidly challenging. It's something that I think you will have a lot of fun with. It's something that isn't particularly scary. It's something that you can play with your kids or get kids into easily. It really is a great game, even if I can't for the life of me remember how I'm supposed to actually get this ghost. But this is what I mean. The game's a puzzle. You've already seen me shine my light, but as soon as I look at this ghost, it turns away, and I'm trying to remember exactly what I have to do with it, or maybe I have to come back later as well. Actually just doing that apparently, and then messed it up straight away. But yeah, now on to as much as this is exciting footage, now on to the user participation part. Basically, this channel, as I've said in multiple times before, will never ever ever be monetized. So I can't just go out and buy every single game that IGN have given 7 to. So I need people to essentially see what games you were personally grievanced that got a 7, and if I own it, then it's something that I can look into actually doing a review of it and like looking at it. If I don't own it, then it's probably not going to happen. But if there's something that you were like, oh my god, I cannot believe they give this a 7, and again, it might actually be something I've mentioned, like Absalom, then at least it's something that I can take a look, see if I've already owned it. Annoyingly, a lot of the games that I've found so far that they did give a 7 to, I actually own on the PC, and I still haven't figured out how to actually get all of this set up to work on a PC yet, despite using a PC to record it. I'm also using a Switch, but eventually I'd like to be able to build a library of these sorts of videos. So yep, all of the waffling done and bad gameplay footage done. This has been episode 1 of IGN Give It a 7, but is it really though? And no, I personally don't think this is a 7. I think this is way better than a 7, and the fact that they've had multiple chances to correct this error, and instead it feels like the course corrected, as I say, by giving a really, really bad one a much higher score, as if to say, please Luigi's Mansion fans, please don't like be angry at us. It's like, well no, because that's just even worse, because that's the really bad one and you rated it 2.5 points almost higher than this. It's maddening. It's just maddening. I just don't get it. Anyway, until the next time, this has been Sky Fellowship. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and bye.